Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading with me, Nirvana. Before we start, I'm not completely 100% at the moment, having this weird head cold symptoms thing going on, but I feel that your reading needs to come out now, so here I am. And this should last you for about a month. The advice, that is, should cover for about a month, and I hope that you find something here. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, all that good stuff. Let's get started, right? Let me get some cards for Gemini for the month coming up. Cards for Gemini, please. I'd like 3. That's all good. Oh, we have one. Okay. So we're starting off with the 7 of Pentacles. So you're working on something. It's taking a lot of patience, and you might be frustrated a little bit that you're not as far along as you want to be. That's my initial thoughts on that coming out. Let's see what comes out next. 2 more, please. Oh, this one jumped out. Okay, and we have the 10 of Swords. So yeah, definitely some heavy feelings, heavy energy going on around this. And we get a card too. The final card from the Wild Unknown deck. That's what this is, by the way. The Wild Unknown deck. And we're ending, apologies, with the Empress. Okay. So, pardon me, Gemini, I'm just gonna get some water. Let's edit this in post. Alright, Gemini. So, I want to say it's feeling a bit heavy at the start here, but the Empress is abundance and fertility, and it's a great card. So it's gonna come through for you. Whatever you're working on, you've put a lot into it, and you're probably feeling like, when is this going to happen? You're gonna get something back, at least at the end of this month. Since this is general, I can't say, oh yeah, it's all definitely gonna come through, but it looks like it here, so you're definitely getting something. So I just want you to know that straight off the bat. And we're gonna get some clarifiers, so that I can talk to you a little bit more about this, So I'm moving on to the Thoth deck, to get some clarifiers. Okay then, so we've got double already, one on top of the other. 7 of Pentacles. Again. That's hard. But let's get some more. So this is the feeling, another 10. So you got the 10 of Swords, and then you've got the 10 of Wands on top of that, which is burnout. This is too much going on, a lot of stress, just a lot of responsibilities that you've got, and you need to release those burdens. Man, Gemini, this is pretty heavy. So let's get a clarifier for the Empress card, because it looks like the end of the month is a lot sweeter than the start. It might take a bit of work to get there, but you have to be kind to yourself during this month, Gemini, because if you aren't, it could easily all get on top of you. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of trust to get through this, because I don't want you this is a good sign that these are both 10s. 10 is completion. So whatever this heavy energy is that you've been dealing with, and I feel like this is what has been causing your sort of blockage on these two 7s, 7 of Pentacles here. Because that's like, you're doing all this work and you're not feeling that there's any results. And I think it's because of this feeling, really, that's getting in the way of that for you. But again, you've got this Empress, you've got this abundance coming to you, and it is there at the end of the month. So let's get a card to clarify that. Oh. Oh. Oh, and you know, this card, the Magician, has come up for you. So I'm going to say you pull it out of the bag. You absolutely pull it out of the bag and you're feeling a lot more empowered at the end of the month. And that card came up for you in the last reading I did. And that reading was awesome. So if you want a bit of a pick-me-up at some point, you should check that out, because it was just all about Gemini being totally empowered and magical in their element. And it looks like you're going to pull it out of the bag here. And the thing that was making me smile was that when I was shuffling the Wild Unknown deck, the Magician in that deck, I saw it flashing through the deck a couple of times. It appeared on the bottom. So yeah, so you really do have, you do have power in this situation. You have your own inner power to see yourself through and get you to this beautiful end goal. Abundance with the Empress and the Magician together. Very beautiful. Okay, let's get some more clarifiers and see if I can get you any more advice on your... Well, this card jumped out straight away. Alright then. Which I'm not surprised to see the Wheel of Fortune on this side of the vice versa deck. Because on this side, it feels like the wheel is stuck and it won't move, and that is on top of your two 7s of Pentacles here. So this double frustration, this double feeling of lack, like where are my results? I've been putting all this work in, I'm getting nothing for it. Why won't the wheel turn for me? But by the end of the month, you're going to flip it, because on the other side of this Wheel of Fortune card, it's the Magician, and he is turning the wheel for himself. Okay, so yes, it's you're releasing a lot of I want to say inner negative emotions, because this is a very heavy card. I always see like stress and depression and pain in this card, and not to mention that on top of it is that 10 of Wands. So but again, you're coming to the end of it, 2 10s. That's big completion, and that's why the wheel hasn't turned yet, because this needs to complete first, and then you can have your abundance and your magic back in flow for you. We'll get a couple more. Oh, okay. Okay, we got 2 more cards for you, Gem. My gems. And first off, we have this 3 of Pentacles on top of your 2 10s. And the 3 is when stuff starts coming together. So that's what I mean, is that it's like completion, heavy completion of a cycle, heavy completion. Okay, now the Pentacles can start, we can really start working, it can start coming together. And then your final card is the 5 of Swords. So this is conflict, kind of arguments, biting words, I want to say. So, and that's over the top of the end here. So that's on top. Okay. That's on top of the Empress and the Magician. So I want to say, I don't know, I get the feeling, because this could be quite a bullying card, and I just get the feeling that someone's really cut you down a bit, and that's really throwing you off. It's throwing you off your stride. And so, and that's what's really caused all of this. It's really, I feel like it's stemming from this sort of difficult person or situation that you've been dealing with, and it's getting in the way of, like, I feel like it's just taking over your head and your mind and your heart, and you're just oh, and it's hard. I hate to say that you need to move past it, like, because that sounds really rude. I feel like that sounds really rude because I can tell that this is so big, and so I'm trying to pick my words really carefully for you, Gem. There is real magic and abundance within you to be had. You can't, you just need to be aware, I would say, of other people trying to take that away from you almost. I feel like this could also be jealousy, like they're trying to cut you down because the story might be in this, you're going through that really, okay, so it starts off, everything's stuck. Seven of Pentacles, where are the fruits of my labor? Why won't the wheel turn for me? So you're kind of entering into this reading really, there's just this air of frustration and blockage in your life. And then we move on to this, there's this heavier energy to work through and you're willing to do it. Because the Ten of Wands doesn't come out unless you're working super hard on something, like overworking to the point of burnout that you have to be really careful of. Especially with this heavy energy behind it. Like, I could just tell there's a real emotional pain that might just be coming out and you might be feeling this month. But you have the opportunity to release that because it's a 10, these two tens, and that's leading you, once you get through that and you work through that in yourself, you can really start working again, get a bit more enthusiasm back towards what you're doing, towards what you're working on, because the Three of Pentacles is a great card for your projects starting to come together. So to me, that's a really good sign that it's like there's a bit of new life back into whatever the project is that has those Seven of Pentacles energy around it for you. And so then at the end of the month, watch out for, I want to say watch out for other people who are talking down to you out of jealousy or spite. Because you want to get into this power of your own self again, you know, because you deserve that. You deserve to feel like this. You deserve to feel like this, and you don't have to have this energy, this jealousy, this. Oh, it's just so nasty, you know. Someone that it's called like short poppy syndrome. If you look that up, where people they'll try and cut you down because they can't stand the thought of you being larger or greater than them. And I'd also want to say, make sure that you're not doing this to yourself, because that is the biggest blocks you'll ever find are within yourself. So yeah, I would do. I always think about self-love with this Empress card because of the beautiful pink colours. It's very soft and loving, because it reminds me a lot of rose quartz, which I'm actually wearing right now. So I think this is a big thing to help move yourself through this energy and to help protect yourself from anyone who would try and cut you down, because you know you're already dealing with too much. You're already dealing with enough, you know, on your own, and you're working on all of your stuff. So yeah, I want to say just really tend to yourself this month, Gemini, and see yourself through, and yeah, you are your own reward this month especially, and treat yourself as the amazing, beautiful person that you are. So I'm going to get one more card for you, Gemini, and this card will, well, it's already jumped out, but this is your advice on navigating the energies of this month, and it looks like there is some pretty heavy, challenging energies that you're working through within yourself, which is why I'm saying really focus on your self-love this month. Like, definitely, you really need it. You need to be around people that are supportive and loving, and you need to be your biggest lover and supporter in this time, and that will transform everything for you at the end of the month, I promise. Okay, your final card of the day, Gemini, is, I love this card. You have the whale, and just whales are just so majestic, and you see this is like the deepest of the deep emotions, which is why you've got such heavy energies coming out. It's because this is really deep stuff that's coming out of you. And it's so that you can release it and move on lighter and freer and in your abundance and magic than ever before, just basically so you can level up. And that's why it's so challenging for you, because you're going, this month I believe is going to be quite challenging, but you can do it. You can absolutely do it, because you're the magician. Gemini, you are the magician, and you have the whale spirit behind you. And I'm going to read out for you, as that has been the theme this month, to read out from the book for you, so you can hear what it has to say for you. The whale. Okay, so desire to delve deeper, profound peace, ancient wisdom. The whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. When in balance, calm, steady, deeply compassionate. When out of balance, heavy, slips into old story. To bring into balance, regular self-care. Regular self-care. What was I saying, Gemini? You focus on loving yourself this month. It's so important, and it's going to take you to that new level. If you have anyone in your life that this card reminds you of, be around them. Be around them this month. Even if it's just once that you meet up with them for coffee, it's going to help you. It's going to give you that strength, and it's going to help you find that energy within yourself. And I loved how it talked about the communication aspect, and Gemini is linked with communication. To me, even more so than the other air signs, of course. All air is communication, but Gemini in particular is linked with communication and learning. And yeah, this is you're really growing. You've got growing pains, I think I want to say. You've got growing pains, So, you know, and it can be difficult, you know, when you're feeling as if things are stuck and not working for you, and you're putting all this work in and it's not coming through. But just know that it is coming through for you. Like the whale's expert said, it's these experiences that have enriched and made the whale as great as it is. So what you're going through is making you even better and stronger and smarter than ever. Alright, Gemini. So, I guess that's it. That's it, really. You have it's going to come through for you. So good. So well. Alright, Gemini. Well, I hope that works out really, really well for you. I love you so much, and I hope to see you next month. If you want a personal reading, some extra advice on this situation or anything else in your life, my details are below in the video description. Alright? Take care, Gemini.